Alright, I wanted to talk today about growing blueberries in hot, dry climates like the desert here. I am in the Phoenix, Arizona area, in the hot, dry desert. So you wouldn't think blueberries could grow here in the desert. I'm from the Midwest, northern Michigan, and up there we had blueberries growing wild all over the place, which was a humid, cooler climate compared to this hot, dry desert here that I live in now. And I never would have had any idea that blueberries could grow here. They are quite challenging to grow here, as you would think. The southern high bush varieties are the ones you're going to want to look at if you're going to attempt to grow these here in Phoenix or in a hot, dry climate like the Southwest or any other part of the world that you might be in that has a similar type of climate. For us, they have to be grown in containers, as you can see here. So our soil is clay and just high in pH. Our water's high in pH, and blueberry is like a really acidic soil. So you have to mix an acidic soil in a pot to grow these. And what I use is just a bag of regular potting soil, and then peat moss, half and half peat moss and soil, garden soil. Like to be moist all the time, so you don't have to worry too much about getting like super fast draining soil like I use for most of my fruit trees in containers, because it can kind of hold more moisture and likes to be kept moist. I also mixed in quite a bit of soil sulfur, and so that's in there as well. And then I top it off with just pine needles I find around, pine bark, anything acidic to use on top. And what I use, I water this guy probably every 4 days in the summer months, because it is under a canopy of trees here. It is really shaded. It's almost grown in full shade. It gets some early morning sun and just dappled sun throughout the morning, but other than that, it's pretty much in the shade during summer. I learned the hard way. I tried to grow one of these before and thought it could handle more sun, because you read the labels on the plants and everything, and they say, yeah, full sun for blueberries. That doesn't work here in our climate. So I gave this guy a lot more shade, and I've had this for a couple years, and it seems to be doing pretty well. It's pretty green. There is a little bit of burnt tips here and there, but overall it's doing really well. You can tell when the acidity is not low enough by the plant. It'll start looking like yellowish. Leaves will just be like chloritic. It's not getting enough nutrients that it needs, iron and things. So you'll see when it's starting to get too high of a pH on it. I'm not a big believer in Miracle-Gro. I like to use a lot of organic stuff, but I do use Miracle-Gro and acidic Miracle-Gro on this guy. I want to make sure it was getting proper acidity. I know some of the more organic stuff is like a slow release, whatever, so I do use the Miracle-Gro on this. So forgive me on that. And with that, I fertilize probably about every month in the growing season. And so I water this guy with a watering can, and I do probably about a tablespoon of vinegar splashed into it every time I water, just to make sure it's staying acidic enough, because like I said, it does not like our water here, it does not like our soil. Really a challenge to grow this thing here. If you feel up for the challenge, give it a shot. Hopefully you utilize some of the tips that I just gave you here for blueberry success in a hot, dry climate.